Desperate for help from the county, reaching out to us here at 23 ABC after he says a sump near his home hasn't been taken care of, and he says it's affecting his family's health.
23 ABC's Josh Sanders joins us in studio with what we've learned and what the county now says they'll do about it. Josh?
Yeah, good evening, Tim and Jessica. Stacey Blackburn purchased his house in 2010, and after his son was in an accident that compromised his immune system, he says he reached out to the county about cleaning up the sump. But according to Blackburn, the county told him it wasn't their problem.
His health means more than the sump does.
Stacey Blackburn is at a loss after he says he reached out to the county concerned for the health of his son, who has a weak immune system after losing his spleen in an accident.
My son's on dialysis. His health, whatnot, the sump is full of critters, bugs, mosquitoes, the health hazard, the fire hazard, the whole 9 yards.
Behind Blackburn's house is an easement with county locks preventing anyone from entering the area. Blackburn says he called the county last spring to get the sump cleaned up, but their response wasn't what he expected to hear.
We called the county to see if they would clean it for us. They said they wouldn't clean it because we own it.
County records show in 1962 the prior owners granted the land to the county to be used for draining water in the neighborhood. In the 8 years since Blackburn purchased the home, he says he's never seen or heard from the county and doesn't understand how it's his responsibility to keep it clean.
56 years. Now they won't clean it, they won't maintain it. They got locks, but we can't do it. And again, the only reason we even found this out is because of the health issues that we have at the house here. We need it cleaned.
Blackburn says after hitting wall after wall, he reached out to 23 ABC for help. So we went directly to the county.
It does look like it needs to be
cleaned up, yeah.
Greg Fenton is the Director of Engineering, Surveying, and Permit Services for the county. Fenton says while the sump is owned by Blackburn, the county is responsible for maintaining it because it's still in use.
It's unfortunate. I don't know who he talked to, but it is a sump that the county will maintain. We do not expect the property owners to maintain this sump.
Fenton says the county prioritizes maintenance based on immediate health and safety concerns. He says he doesn't know how the oversight happened on Blackburn's property for so long, but he says his department will take action.
And I've already talked to our operations division, and they intend on getting out there and doing some maintenance in the next couple of weeks.
Now, after speaking with the county, we shared with Blackburn what we learned. He thanked us and says knowing the county is finally going to help is a burden off his shoulders. Of course, we will follow up with Blackburn to make sure the county, in fact, cleans up the sump. For now, in studio, Josh Sanders, 23 ABC.
All right, Josh, thanks so much for that. Tonight, we're learning new details in the November shooting death of a local attorney. A police report revealing more information about the pasts of both the victim and the suspect, plus more on what police found in the suspect's car. The police report revealing today the victim, Marco Vargas, did have a girlfriend and was trying to keep the fact that he was gay hidden from his family and friends. Documents say he would regularly meet men with a dating app called Meet Me and through Craigslist. Vargas had been assaulted reportedly and robbed before these meetings. Meanwhile, according to the report, the suspect, 19-year-old Nicholas Quintana, also had a girlfriend. Police had also found guns and a ski mask in Quintana's car. Police also believing that suspect stole Vargas's phone and computer and then threw them away in a storm drain. It's still unclear exactly what the motive, though, may have been for Quintana's alleged involvement in the shooting death of Vargas. We'll have an in-depth look at that report tonight on 23 ABC News at 11.
2 men are behind bars tonight in Taft after being arrested in connection to a home invasion, kidnapping, and attempted robbery. 24-year-old Eduardo Alcantar Lopez and 21-year-old Jose De Jesus Mata were booked into the Taft City Jail, now facing several felony charges. Taft police say the two suspects forced their way into the victim's home on San Emilio Street between Myrtle and Pine Streets and abducted the victim at knife point yesterday morning. They said the victim was then forced into the front passenger seat of his own car. One of the suspects drove, the other sat in the rear seat behind the victim. The victim, an adult man whose name wasn't released, was taken to the Chase Bank at 4th and Kern. The suspects ordered him to go inside, withdraw all his money from the bank, and bring it back. If he didn't return with the money in a few minutes, the suspects told him they would kill him and his family. Instead of complying, the victim told bank employees what was happening, and they called police. When the first officer arrived, the two men spotted him and ran off. Police arrested Lopez yesterday, and Mata was arrested this morning without incident on Monroe Street.
The man accused in a nearly 40-year-old cold case murder expected to go on trial soon. Prentice Foreman was held to answer today on a first-degree murder charge dating back to 1979. He's accused of killing Dawn Coons 39 years ago. Prosecutors say the long-haul trucker tied up Coons in her Bakersfield apartment. Her murder had gone unsolved until Foreman was arrested in December after investigators say DNA evidence linked him to the crime and they tracked him down. Foreman is due back in court at the end of June when that trial is expected to begin.
It was just a gorgeous day today across the county. Temperatures back to seasonal. We had a high of 85 degrees in Bakersfield, but unfortunately the warming trend that started today is bringing us back to that moderate air quality. We're a little bit warmer than what we were seeing this time yesterday, but temperatures still in the 80s across the valley. 62 down in Frazier Park right now and 66 in Tehachapi. And we have so many fun events this weekend, and it is going to be so nice out there. A little bit warmer than what we were seeing today with a high of 88 degrees on Saturday, and then we're going to be into those upper 80s through Sunday and then back down to those seasonal temperatures on Monday before we reach the 90s later next week. I have your full forecast in just a few.
Tomorrow is Lemonade Day here in Bakersfield. It's an idea based on a classic lemonade stand, but with a unique twist. 23 ABC's Alexa Ray joins us now in studio to introduce us to three siblings hoping to make a difference in their community, one glass at a time. Alexa?
Lemonade Day is celebrated around the country at different times of the year, and tomorrow Bakersfield will be celebrating. 55 stands will be set up around town, and every stand will be donating their money to a different cause. The goal is to create young entrepreneurs one cup of lemonade at a time, and three local siblings are doing just that.
11-year-old James and 5-year-old twins Josiah and Jeremiah are just like any normal set of siblings. They play together, and now they are working together.
We came up with 4 J's, and the first one is Jesus, and then Josiah, me, and then Jeremiah.
11 years ago, a project titled Lemonade Day launched around the country, encouraging students to set up lemonade stands around their hometowns and not keep all the profits for themselves, but give money to a need in their community.
I decided to help in guiding the children and young entrepreneurs into selling lemonade for lunches.
The average cost for an elementary student in Bakersfield to eat at school is $4.50 a day. That includes breakfast and lunch. And if a student can't pay, they still get fed, but a debt racks up against the student and they have to pay it by the end of the year. James, Josiah, and Jeremiah decided they wanted to help get rid of those bills.
I wanted them to have lunch and be happy.
With the end of the year fast approaching, students have to pay off their lunch debt by the first week in June, which Robinson said is hard to do for some families.
I received a letter home from one of my boys' school that stated that report cards wouldn't be able to go home if lunch debt wasn't paid.
After receiving that letter, Robinson says she wanted to use this lemonade stand as a teachable moment for her boys more than ever.
We actually intentionally try to help one another daily, and this helped me to understand a way that I can teach them.
And the boys were more than excited to help their friends and classmates that may be struggling. So 4 J's, along with their mom, Sarisa Robinson, are setting up a stand for Lemonade Day at the Brimhall Farmers Market on Saturday. While the boys will keep a small portion of their profits, Robinson says that she's hoping the boys take a couple of lessons away from this experience, like hard work, the value of money, and helping others in their community.
Robinson also says that she plans to do this with the boys every year, and if you want to support their cause, the 4J stand will open starting at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and they will be selling until 1:30 p.m. And you can find the map of all the Bakersfield lemonade stands that will be set up tomorrow on our website, turn223.com. In studio, I'm Alexa Ray for 23 ABC News.
Coming up next, we're going to take you inside the new place downtown where you can grab a cup of joe, and it's got a Kern County theme. The latest at the table coming up.
And this weekend, the races are on. How you can watch and get in on all the action during the drag boat races at Lake Ming. Allison?
There are so many fun events going on this weekend, and conditions are going to be just perfect to get outside. I have more details on your full forecast coming up next.
Welcome back to the 23 ABC Live Center, taking you in now, talking about our top trending stories at turn23.com. We begin with this one, a scary one out of East Bakersfield, where reports today of a suspect firing a BB gun at a bus. 2 of the windows were knocked out there. None of the students were hurt. The investigation is underway. We have that story online right now. And then this story has been trending today. Absentee rates, they've tracked this rates across schools in California. Kern County schools, several of them do have high absentee rates, essentially kids not attending class on a regular basis. We have those listed on our website. Some of them include Bessie Owens, North High School, and Standard Elementary. You can read that full list right now at turn23.com. This story is also trending. KLEA rescinding their endorsement of Kern County Sheriff candidate Justin Fleeman. We have that story on our website, his response. And as that noted, they did cite a reason for that rescinding of the endorsement as to the debate we hosted here at 23 ABC a little more than a week ago. You can find that debate as well as the Kern County District Attorney's debate that we've hosted here at 23 ABC right now at turn23.com, along with the other top trending stories. Jess?
Well, need your caffeine fix? A new coffee shop in town has opened their doors to the downtown community. 23 ABC's Jada Montemorano visited Rig City Coffee to sip on their unique brews on this week's At the Table.
The following segment of At the Table is sponsored by Prestige Properties.
Welcome back to At the Table. I'm your host, Jada Montemorano, and today I'm at Rig City Coffee Roasters, a local brand who roasts their own coffee and then serves it to you in unique ways. So let's get inside and see what's brewing.
So I have a mocha at the bar.
You may have sipped on a Rig City brew around town before.
We started in 2014 with wholesale roasting, and we wanted to provide the best beans that we could to customers here in town.
These customers used to making their morning cup of joe at home can now enjoy the flavors of Rig City on the go.
You really love coffee. We do too, and we want people to enjoy that with us.
Owner Isaac officially opened the first location after years of roasting and selling to the community.
It feels like it was a really big hurdle to jump, and it was almost surreal once we finally opened.
Now that they are open, Rig City brews up some unique drinks like the Bulletproof, a new trend that's also good for the keto diet.
Half an ounce of grass-fed butter, half an ounce of coconut oil, and about 10 to 12 ounces of hot coffee.
A little slower release of your caffeine, so we sell a lot of Bulletproofs every day.
But don't worry, you can also grab a traditional cup of joe, tea, lattes, and more. Isaac is in tune with what the people want.
Well, it's kind of looking at, coffee culture as a whole across the states or the world and kind of seeing what's, popular.
And if you want a quick snack to go with your coffee, another local business that's selling baked goods around town is offered at Rig City.
Everything I've tried has been incredible. And so if you're unfamiliar with it, she gets her own wheat, she mills it, processes it, so it's literally from farm to table.
Baker's Outpost, bringing fresh baked goodies every day that constantly change, from quiches to Pop-Tarts and scones.
Good, we're gonna get for you. If you're buying local products, you're helping a business that's here in Kern County.
Support local, drink coffee, and relax in downtown Bakersfield. Just look for the orange logo, a nod to the community.
I thought the history of oil in Kern County and Bakersfield was just kind of a cool name. And then the parallels between oil and coffee, it just tied in perfect.
If you need your caffeine fix, head on out to Rig City at 1820 G Street. And of course, if you want to be featured in an episode, give us a message at The Table Show on Facebook. Thanks for watching.
At the Table with Jada Montemorano was brought to you by Prestige Properties.
Well, it's that time of the year again. The National Jet Boat Association hosting their May Madness event at Lake Ming. That's the drag race from another year. It's happening all weekend long, though. But in order for the association to hold this event, of course, Lake Ming will be closed to the public through Sunday. The lake will reopen Monday, May 21st. If you'd like to attend, tickets just $10. Kids 12 and under will get in free. Racing starts bright and early tomorrow at 8 a.m.
That's right. And luckily for them, the temperatures are warming right on up. Yeah. We've been spoiled all week, but thankfully we're just getting a tiny bit warmer for the weekend, right?
Yeah, it's not too much warmer. We'll feel it just a little bit, but clouds coming in. We won't feel any of that harsh sunshine, which is going to be nice. But today we saw clear skies, a few clouds rolling in right now, but temperatures right back to normal. So we had a high of 85 degrees today, that normal 84, and temperatures only going to continue to increase this weekend. But we still did see some strong gusts, especially in the mountains. So gusts reaching 30 miles per hour up in the Kern River Valley, and we see 33 gusts in some of our desert communities. That will be continuing as we head into Saturday as well. But the warming trend that we've been talking about starting today, continuing through Sunday until we're cooling down just a little bit on Monday. So unfortunately, that is keeping our air quality in the moderate range through the weekend. So we're going to have an AQI of 87 tomorrow. It could get up to nearing unhealthy for sensitive groups, but I don't think it's going to be all that bad as we head into Saturday and Sunday. But there are just so many fun events to go to this weekend. Saturday, we're going to have a high of 88, and on Sunday, a high of 86. You can go out to the Kern County Museum's birthday on Sunday. It is going to be just so nice out there, sunny.